Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. What's going on, friends? What is going on? I see y'all in the chat. What's going on, Steven? Like already smashed. Sister Denise, what's going on? Hello to you, beloved. Sister Samina, what's going on, kin folks? How are my cousins doing? Let me go ahead and get started over here on this other platform. If you guys don't mind while I'm sharing, if you would kindly share, the only price of admission over here is that you help me beat the algorithm, okay? It doesn't cost you a dollar bill or even a penny. It is absolutely free, and all you got to do is click or subscribe or hit the like button, whatever platform you're viewing on, okay? Help me evangelize the truth, education, liberation, all of that good stuff, okay? And that, like I said, that's the only cost of admission over here. All right, let me go ahead and greet my family over here, and we'll go ahead and get started right with what I'm sitting here for on tonight. What's going on, Sister Brenda? I see you, beloved, in the house. What's going on? Shout out to all my cousins. Hope all is well with everybody, and you guys are doing good. All right. Yo, what's going on, Instagram family? It's your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds, coming by to disrupt and dismantle. You already know what it is. If you so kindly go ahead and share, share to your story, share to somebody's messenger, however you got to share it on whatever platform you are sharing. We are live, and I'm asking you to go ahead and help me beat the robot called the algorithm by simply sharing. You guys already see the title. Many are not prepared for all that is coming. Real talk. There's a lot of things that are happening. There's a lot of things going on. Hello, Kanata Carter Ministries. What's going on, beloved? There's a lot of things that are happening. And there's not only things happening in the political arena, there's things happening in the spiritual arena. Life is out here lifing. And a lot of us are not prepared for all that is coming. In the physical, we can take a look at the Tennesseans. We can take a look at the Californians, okay, in the physical. Many people are not prepared for things that are happening and transpiring around us, whether they be natural disasters. We're not preparing. There's nobody out here doing preparation workshops to just, empower the people to know how to prepare for you and your family, a course of action should we be attacked from without or within. Ain't nobody preparing for that. We still walking around being consumers. We still walking around, with our heads in the sand, really. And we in America, we are at the gravest point of danger than we have ever been. People being rounded up and you seeing this stuff on the news affects people mental health in real life. Okay, there's so many things that are happening today. Me reading about some of the things about Dr. Martin Luther King that's coming out, I mean, it's just whatever is happening, it is being done intentionally. Everything happens not haphazardly or coincidentally. It is always for a reason. That's what I will say. Even the bad things that are happening around us is still for a reason. It's lessons that we must take heed and we must pay attention. And I'm here to speak from a spiritual and a physical perspective. The day that um, Donald Trump was inaugurated was also the day that the lady who, uh, I think she was a CEO or she was the head of the feminist movement, she died on that same day. Um, and when that happened, there were a lot of people, and these are things they don't put on mainstream, mainstream media. They don't put this, they want to put what's trending. Oh, Donald Trump said this. Oh, this is happening over here. It triggered something amongst a group of people when that lady passed away because she was like a hardcore feminist. Like, whatever she passed away from, I really don't know. It like woke up a nation of women that are, to me, my own honest opinion, these women brood like evil. They are hell bent on bloodshed. That's what I will say. And by any means necessary, if you're a woman and you feel like, your role is to lead, more power to you. Okay. But on another level like this, it's just absolutely insane. And so these women are feeling like men are trying to take their rights from them, take their freedoms from them. I mean, like they out here melting down in real life. It's whole groups and communities of them that we're not even aware of. These people are arming themselves with weaponry. For what? Who's attacking you? If you come out and say you a believer right about now, people are hunting for you because they feel like your beliefs, your morals is the reason why they're suffering and going into mental crisis in real life. Not only that, you have the media out here pushing Trump is taking these people, families, and tearing them apart. And, now you got minority people uh, feeling afraid. Oh my God, this is Project 2025. The fear and the hysteria, it's messing with people's mental health in real life. And we are not being told the full story because they're not going to broadcast this. When I tell you that we are at a greatest time of a civil war popping off in the blink of an eye, that is not a lie by any means necessary. People are arming themselves. This is the most I've ever heard women talking about arming themselves. A boy here who turned in his father, I guess for the J6, whatever happened on that day, father was just pardoned. He in hiding with weaponry and guns and in case he got to use it against his father. I'm like, these people is stirring something. There's a lot of people upset that them people was released or pardoned. There's a lot of people upset that Joe Biden pardoned his whole family. There is a lot of wickedness happening, first and foremost, a lot of it. The spirit of death is running rampant. Pay attention. Please pay attention, not only to your surroundings, but to what's going on in your communities, what's going on in your states. Pay attention. This is not to promote fear. I don't walk in fear. I don't like the spirit of fear. I won't let you walk in it ignorantly or, willingly. Not on my watch. But we are to be prepared, and unfortunately, a lot of us are not. A lot of us are not. They're not reporting how China keeps hacking the infrastructure. That's power grid type situation. Knocks out cell phone communication, traveling, transportation. It knocks out a lot. It could literally cripple this nation. The president that we have in the office now is probably the most hated man, not just here in America by Americans, but abroad. He make moves that take people power from them, which is their money. We have people that have come over into this country that don't like us. They were allowed to just walk in. I'm going to tell you something. Really pay attention to what's happening. China wants to become the world superpower. We all know that. What greater way to attack a country without using weaponry? You got to think about it. Chemical warfare, biochemical warfare. There was a whole pandemic that spread it globally from China. It took out a lot of people, lots of people. The United States had more deaths than anybody. And then they do a pharmaceutical warfare. You manufacture Fenty in China. It is manufactured there. And then it is sold to the cartels, to the Chinese cartels. This is something you can go look on YouTube, Vice. They got interviews where people that went in undercover. What's really going on? They manufacture it. They have buildings like the New York State Empire, luxury buildings where they own the phone, real life business. They have had people go over there live so we can see exactly what is going on. I have researched this because my child was poisoned by this. So I'm not just here blowing some smoke. They manufacture the chemical there, sell it to the cartels. But these are Chinese infiltrators that then mix it all up and give it to the original cartels who's smuggling it across the border. We know that ain't no lie. They've been busted with pounds, enough to take out a whole county, a whole city, a whole state, pounds of it. And it was able to cross into the border and take out military age men. Were there women and girls in there? Yeah. But all of the people that passed from being poisoned by fentanyl was between the ages of 13 and 35, military aged. Okay? Now we have these people spying on us with a whole balloon and was allowed to do that, collecting data as it went over each city, each state, military bases, collecting data. They have their app, TikTok, technology warfare, psychological warfare, entertain, get them out, collect data. Because you got to put your data in there, in that app. Know when you're going live, all of the analytics, what time you log on, how much you use your phone. We are in a world of trouble and we're not prepared. I can go on and on and on. You hacking and tacking the infrastructure. If I show y'all how many Chinese migrants that crossed into here and then went straight to the firing range, and it ain't just the Chinese migrants. Right from within, we are in danger. And then you have the corrupt government and their shenanigans involved in years of corruption. When I tell you that the information that is getting ready to be released is going to have people mentally affected and mentally impacted. I have been emotional all day about what I've read about Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm disgusted when I see the William Murphys that we listen to and worship God to, pledging his allegiance in his gymnasium of the church to his Omega God. Right along with Kiara Sheard. Spiritually, the body of Christ, supposed to be the light of the world, is sick. Scandal after scandal. I mean, totally sick. So from the White House to the church house to the hood house, there are so many things happening, spiritual, physically, emotionally, mentally. People are losing their jobs, being replaced by artificial intelligence. We are not prepared at all. And before we can ever be physically prepared, we need to be spiritually prepared, for real, for real. The word of God, which is the final authority, is coming to pass right in front of our very eyes. And the kingdom of God is not in its proper positioning. It's literally allowing this to happen. And the writing is clearly on the wall. Straight up. There's things that we're not getting ready to be. We're not going to be able to escape these things. They're going to happen and they're going to come to pass. Too much greed, too much corruption, too much bloodshed, too much perversion, too much. No compassion for the poor. It's a lot. And God said, tell my people to prepare themselves. Most people don't know when we have earthquakes and fires and hurricanes and what they call natural disasters. And yes, they have stuff where they can create thunderstorms, but I'm talking about natural disasters, real ones. It says, I, the Lord of hosts, visits the earth in storms, in tempests, in the flaming, devouring fire, in earthquakes, because we have failed to really cry out and get in position, there is nothing more that we can do but sit back and let God do his bidding and prepare ourselves accordingly. Prepare our hearts, prepare to the best of our ability in the physical aspect. Donald Trump himself, no matter how many billions of dollars people are pouring in and investing, we still in so much debt that he had to declare an economic emergency. We didn't have enough money to pay our bills on the 14th of this month. We did not have enough money. That's why the push and the investors, he said it out of his own mouth. We want to be the number one leaders in AI. We way behind. You know how long China has had artificial intelligence up and running? Since 2020, the pandemic. While we was over here choking and breathing and ventilating, they was over there dominating, implementing new systems, new currencies. They was doing real good while the whole world was still grappling with what came from that very place. And unfortunately, a lot of my people is caught up or distracted somehow, some way. People still worried about politics. There is no good on either side. There is no good on either side. Do I think that, I mean, at the end of the day, they all get paid. Okay? Whatever they go start doesn't directly impact them or involve them. It involves the civilians, always. These tariffs, it's going to hurt them. But at the end of the day, they business owners. I'm going to explain to you a tariff in 60 seconds or less. I come over there to you, say I want to do business over here at your house. And you tell me, no. And I say, okay, well, since you in this neighborhood and I can't do business at your house, I'm going to charge you a fee to live here. And you're going to pay me or else. And then you be like, okay, well, whatever. I'll pay the tariff. I'm not letting you do business at my house. You may run the block, but you don't run my house. So I will pay you the fee for not letting you run my house. So I pay you the fee. But now, whatever I'm selling, I double the price to make my money back. So the tariff hurt them, but then it also helps them. We buy a lot of our stuff from China. A lot of our stuff is manufactured not in the USA. Automobiles, pacemakers, cell phones, walking ability assistance, and a lot of stuff. Medication, a lot of stuff. So what was costing $2 is now $4. We're going to make our money back. However much percentage of the tariff you impose is how much we're going to inflate the price. So really, who pays for that? It said a middle class will not be able to afford basic necessities. And he feel like he got to do it. I'm not a politician. All that economics and stuff, I didn't take it. Okay. But in order to reduce the deficit here, because we 90, is it $90 trillion in debt? Now, when we charge these people tariffs to do business in our country, that is how we'll balance the deficit and get our country out of debt. But it's a game where both parties, they win. Hey, you get in the country out of debt, which we don't understand how you in debt anyway. When you print money, make it make sense. Nevertheless, you get your country out of debt. We get to raise our prices and still sell, and the consumers pay. So it doesn't hurt them. Renting will increase. Basic necessities will increase. Food prices will increase. Gas, that's everything we need. How many know people right now struggling from the inflation that was purposely caused on the last administration watch? You had millions of Americans thinking they was getting some when they was getting that PPP, and you paid more in inflation than they gave you in that PPP and that stimulus and all that money from the EDD. Ain't nothing free but salvation. Nothing. This is how they get us every time. And the greatest scandal of all time, I don't care how people feel about people. People's houses burn down, people's houses get washed away, and all you can offer to the taxpayers, the people who pay y'all, the people who cause y'all to print money, because you can't print money if ain't no labor being exchanged for it. So these people that get up when they don't want to get up, drive, commute, go to work, use their muscle to pay taxes to live here in this country, to pay the debt to live here in this country, y'all take that money and ship it across the waters to other people who fighting in a war that we didn't start, to make sure they eat, to make sure they got shelter, to make sure their transgenders can have operations, to make sure, they babies got Pampers, to make sure they got machinery to fight against the other party. Meanwhile, the eviction rate is 3 times up since 2022. The repossession rate is 90% up. It's taken 263 days to sell a car on the car lot. Rent has went through the roof. Food, they talking about inflation and came down, and prices haven't. How is my dollar still a dollar, but that bread is now $4 and $5? Make that make sense. The prices of everything is going up, but my 20 is still a 20. My 20 didn't become a 60 to match the price. Many are not prepared for all that is coming. We are way too distracted. You go work, you build this great nation. Everybody, yellow, purple, black, and white, has built this country. Because we don't pay our dues, our fees to live here. We go to prison. We don't have a choice whether we want to pay our fees or not. And then you don't have nothing but $750 for people whose whole lives have been burnt to the ground and drowned out and washed away in natural disasters. You don't have nothing but $750. You still want them to pay rent on a burnt down dirt because the land is what? Y'all getting richer and the people getting poorer. And that's a problem to me. Y'all can sit around and do 58 billion in 12 hours. It would take us 40 years to make $1 million working a 9 to 5, 40. Especially if at least you make $25,000 a year. Take a long time. But you'll get there. But you guys got money. Money is not in a shortage. People can clearly raise billions of dollars. When Kamala Harris decided that she was going to run, she raised millions of dollars on one Zoom call. Do we have the ability to do that? Huh? Why are citizens struggling so hard? They got money to play with like it's Monopoly. Oh, I can buy that. They in positions to buy systems, news media channels. I mean, they buying up all the real estate, office buildings, converting them into apartments and homeless centers so they can get state funding, government funding contracts. Charge you, or either you charge down on the street. We want your credit to be a 800, making 3 times the amount of rent. Where is that even happening in America? Sorry if you can't afford it. You can go to a shelter or go to a park. Sleep in your car. This is not the way that God intended for his people. And clearly you can see this is a system, and it's called the beast system. The beast system is systeming right in front of our very eyes. And if we don't wake up fast, then I don't know what to tell you. You absolutely deserve what you rightfully have coming to you. All the headlines tell us exactly what's going on. Every single one. And unfortunately, there are going to be millions of people outside of jobs, unable to feed their families. That's written too. That is written in the scripture. People will be starving. We are in a lot of trouble. But we are yet so divided. We don't have communities, where we take care of each other. We don't have no storehouses in our communities. No stored up water, no stored up gas. Gas pumps won't work if we come under attack. And we that close. They keep warning on the news how close we are. Donald Trump is really trying to save this country. I don't know if he can save it. One man ain't never been able to save. When God says a judgment is a judgment, his judgments are final. That's why I be fearing people that be like, only God can judge me. I'll be like, what a foolish statement to say. If you a human being, judge me. Because when God judges, his judges are final. He don't reverse them. He don't do any of that. When he say a man shall surely die, you're going to surely die. When he say that your sin have piled up to reach the heavens, then that's what it means. When he say when you cry and I won't even hear you answer, that's what he means. His judgments are final. Straight up. And there is a lot of wickedness that has been happening. Look at the destruction of this country. Kids is dumbed down on electronics. Parents are still out on the plantation trying to make a paycheck. Okay? Still trying to work. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to provide for your family, but it still is hundreds of years. Children are being left to be raised by virtual reality, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram devices, a whole entire beast system. You try to snap them out of it, they turn it on their parents. Take your kid device for 2 days. Bet you a demon manifest. For sure. They don't even come outside anymore. Take a look around your neighborhood. Kids ain't out there riding bikes, playing double dutch, hide and seek. None of that. Communities just on quiet because the kids are inside with their artificial intelligence, smartphones, smart TV, everything's just smart. Smart homes, smart locks. We're not even paying attention to what is really happening right before our eyes. We really not. Whole digital currency. We're going to get rid of the dollar. We're going to inflate the mess out of it so it loses its value. We don't go do that type of research to see what the dollar value is. It is at its lowest. They done created their own currency called the BRICS. But we think BRICS is just something that just came up. It's not. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all when BRICS was originally created. All of this stuff is a dang on drill. I'm just confused to why our people study going along with this. This is not cool. I'm going to turn it around over here too. Let me come to Google. Now, before there was even a BRICS, I think it was 2008. Y'all see the date on that? If you see the date on that, go ahead and put it inside of the chat. What date you see on that? Put it in the chat. What year is this? The 2008 financial crisis and economic performance. The 2008 global financial crisis resulted in a deterioration of the economic condition in developing countries with lower growth of per capita GDP, a decline in the share of exports of goods and services in GDP, and a worsening of the external balance. We're just going to go all the way down. BRICS countries. Let me highlight this. I'm just going to go back from up here. After a limited initial impact, growth rates declined in all the economies and were substantially lower in all the BRICS countries in the period 2015 to 2019. How the hell is this even possible in 2008? For them to know that in 2015, 2019, the GDP would be lower, substantially lower. In Brazil, South Africa, China, Russia, the same countries where BRICS is now formed. Y'all can go read that article yourself, but I just wanted to show y'all. This is crazy. Just like Divock 19, flip it around, you know exactly what I'm talking about, was patent. I have the information inside of my Facebook Messenger. Was patent way before 2019. A lot of the stuff that's happening is happening by scripting. It's a whole drill happening. And this stuff is getting ready to be released about these assassinations and how far these people was corrupt and crooked. I'm just utterly disgusted. Church leaders, politicians alike, civil rights activists, gone and still here. How you just always infiltrated the churches to bamboozle the people. How these politicians fight in public and dine and wine in private, shake hands with each other, kiki ha ha. Tell everybody this person is a dictator. And shake hands and smile and laugh and grin. Call each other on the phone. And then got the consumers out here fighting each other. So when we're attacked, how are we gonna help each other? Barely speak to people in our family, yet alone in our communities. In case of a natural disaster, what is your plan of action? Something happened to you, where your kids going in the neighborhood? You can't get out of your home. Who's the nearest person? Where's the safe spot? Somebody come up in here. Where we gonna meet up at? What is happening with that? Financially planning. We gonna come together. We gonna buy us a compound. We gonna live together. We gotta live in the same house, but we can go buy some property. Have our own water. Be in control of our own water. Grow our own food. At least we will all have rent-free homes where we can stay in. Where's that planning? We lose communication. We got family over here, over there. How many of us got satellite phones? How many of us got the wealth God gave us in the beginning, gold and silver? You can always trade and barter with that. Non-perishable foods. A lot of us ain't got it because the United Snakes of America ain't going to let you have that. They give you just enough to pay them back. We going to make you pay taxes. You can only pay taxes in our currency. You can't give us rice or tomatoes from your garden. You have to pay taxes with our United States dollar bill. And the only way you can get this dollar bill is if you go and build our communities, our cities, our banks, our commercial real estate. You go to work for us. And then we'll give you the debt. Because that's all a dollar is. It's a note. We'll give you the debt to pay your debt. You ain't going to have no wealth and create no generational wealth on no job. That's why people are trying to play the lottery and believe in luck. And that's another system. That's a system called a belief system. A belief system that will trick millions of people to think that they will be the winner. Nobody never wakes up and be like, that's a scam. Hey, the jackpot's up to $1 million. Only one person gonna win there. But do you know how many people gonna put into that system? And how many millions they gonna make? Give it $1 million is nothing when they've made 100 million. Off of a belief system that I might win. And when you don't win, you don't say, man, I ain't never playing a lottery again. You be like, well, next time. Next time I put more, I'll buy more tickets. Increase my odds, my chances of winning. And you just feed this system. You just feed the system. So now you got one system that takes all of your time. It's called the work system, the workforce. Notice that word, workforce system. And then you got the belief system. Hey, that if you pay $1, put $2, you might win 1,000. Well, Dr. T, you don't know what you're talking about. I didn't win 10,000. How much did you put in before you won that 10,000? And then if you won it up front, how much did you put in afterwards, chasing that same feeling that you had when you won that 10,000 or that 1,000 or that 500? It's a belief system. You know how much money they make off the belief of other people that they will possibly be the number one winner, the jackpot winner is what they call it. Then the food system. We don't control our own food. We don't know what's going in it, where it comes from, but we got to buy it. Somebody planted a seed and it made fruit, and it made vegetables, it made food. And in order for you to make more and more and more, you got to water it down and add all these adjectives and preservatives that are really damaging to our bodies. And we got to pay you top price for great value food. Not just the great value label. I'm talking about the great value food that we consume and wonder why we're sick. Then we got to pay into the sick system called medical system. Y'all tracking? Just let me know in the comments if this is making sense to you, or am I just here rambling? I hope this helping somebody, because this will be a mirror turn around to you to see just how bamboozled we've been and how unprepared we have been as well. We're not prepared for half of the stuff that's coming. If something happened today, I mean, trillions would perish and be unprepared. If you tracking, just put it in the comments. I'm tracking. Because I want to show you what has been set up by design. And people still got their head in the sand, believing that these people is some type of savior and going to save somebody, or that they even care. Why would they care when you got a bunch of people that believe they lies? Oh, I'm not going to pardon my son. Oh, I'm not going to do preemptive pardons. Oh, I'm going to release this or expose that. Oh, I'm going to do this, and it never gets done. Come on. Come on. It ain't on nobody else because God didn't put it on nobody else. He gave us the ability, the power to get wealth. And wealth is not money. Money is money. Wealth is when you and your whole family is okay. You debt free. You owe no man nothing but to love him. That's wealth. When ain't nobody calling you and harassing you, and you gotta lie and say, no, she's not available, or yeah, he not in right now. Where you ain't gotta lie on your documents to get more money and claim more other people's people that ain't your people. We ain't gotta lie and plot and scam to get more money because you don't got enough. When you gotta lie about who's in your house and who ain't in your house so you can get affordable housing. That's what wealth is not. Wealth is when you want to be in a position to help somebody that is really in desperate need. And you ain't got to count your pockets and tell them, no, not this time. My pockets is too deep. I can't pull no length out of my pockets to help you. Wealth is being in a position to help somebody else. Wealth is being in a position to solve people's problems. Wealth is being in a position to go and build generational wealth. Generational wealth is for what you talking about, babe? Yes, I am. Tell Daddy I will. Mm-hmm. Okay. Son, tell Daddy I will. I will send it to Daddy. Okay. Generational wealth is being passed down. What I build, I'm passing it down to you. And then you keep it in the family and maintain it and pass it down to your children. And so forth and so on. Wealth is being in a position to where if the government say, hey, we got to come in and shut this down, you're not shutting anything down because you don't own this. We got enough money and power to say otherwise. Wealth is saying you're not coming to put them out today. Ain't nobody getting up here doing no GoFundMe. We got this. You're not taking Big Mama's house. We paying the taxes up for 5 years. That's what wealth is. It's an abundance of favor. It's an abundance of resources. It's an abundance of peace. We don't have that. We don't have storehouses. Got to go to the government for housing, free or reduced housing. We got our people out here, and I'm addressing this situation because we got so many melanated folks out here crying about, is our food stamps getting cut? Oh, he doing away with this bill and he's passing this, and our rights is gonna be, man, look. Police your own selves, community your own selves, feed your own kids. I mean, not just the one that came from your sack or your womb. I'm talking about your own community of children. Build them some schools. Give them some arts, some creative centers, some financial institutions. Lessen the burden of the government in your community by you stepping up. By you governing your community. You ain't selling, you ain't trapping over here. It's not allowed on this block. You going to school over here. You live in my apartment complex, every single week we have some type of educational, financial, some type of something event going down in the community center. And everybody, that is a requirement to live here. Everybody got to come get them some. We got something for the kids where they can learn on their levels. Whether we are opening up a bank account, teaching them about financial saving, teaching them about real estate, teaching them about wealth, we're doing something. Where's that at? Show ain't in the churches, the pimps in the pulpits. It's played out. It's played out. They too busy committing adultery and all kind of stuff. I ain't seen the church build one financial, and that's what we lack. We lack financial education and we lack financial empowerment. And that's why we're not prepared. It's not just the people from the head up of this nation failed us. The church then failed us. And we our own selves have failed us. And we are not prepared for what is coming. These people are picking fights and starting wars with other countries and nations, meddling in other men's affairs. Always quick to flex his muscle. We, the United States, we said back off. We said end this. We said do that. That's a terrible thing. It has its time and its purposes. Don't get me wrong. But what happens after you do that so many times becomes a spirit of pride. And if God didn't speak before we cross into the new year, I don't even know what to say. Okay? God said, I visit the earth with thunder and lightning and storm and tempest. There's hurricanes, there's flood and earthquake and the devouring fire, even the flaming fire, the devouring fire. That's how he visited the earth. On January 31st, January 31st, December 31st, before January the 1st, all four monuments in this country were struck by lightning. The Capitol, the New York Trade Center, the New York Empire State Building, and Congress. Congress is where decisions and legislation is passed. The Capitol is supposed to be where democracy, all of this stuff, Congress, Capitol, we in here saying we're fighting for the American people. This is what we're doing. We're in here, enacting and passing laws. Trade centers where our commerce, international trade, domestic trade, and the empire is the tallest building, was the tallest building in the world, but was the tallest building in New York, which exemplified its pride, the pride of this country. The Trade Center is where the first law was passed. Roe v. Wade is the capital of unaliving children, ABs. On January 20th, like when our first president, Lincoln, I think that's his name, dedicated this country to God and said in his statement, a nation who will turn his back on a God after God has been this gracious to us will be a nation on decline. And then they turn around and they go and sacrifice to the god Molech, make a covenant agreement where the World Trade Center once stood high and mighty and said, we're going to make this the capital of the bloodshed of millions of babies. And then 50 years later, that building was struck with lightning. If people didn't pick that up, then God said, nah, enough is enough. And people better know and believe Trump is not a savior, okay? He is being raised up as a deliverer because he loved this country. Did God spare that man life for a reason? Absolutely. There's no, you cannot explain or say what you want. Hate the man all you want to. God was definitely with him and has been with him to allow him to be convicted, persecuted, and still win. That is not anything that a man or a woman can do in their strength. And people are out here crashing out about that, not realizing that. So you trying to say God is with a rapist? God was with a murderer. His name was Paul. God was with a whole adulterer and a murderer. His name was David. As a matter of fact, God is with you, and you have wickedness inside of you. We're not God, so we don't get to say who God is with. We can tell by their fruits, not by their words. And don't nobody live in the past but the devil. Well, you know he did this a long time ago. What he doing now? Is he doing those things now? That's what you judge by that fruit. And this is not here to defend him because I didn't vote for him. But I did pray, may God, may your will be done. And would you allow your people some time? Because we're not ready. We're not prepared. And this election had to happen so that everything that needed to be exposed would be exposed. People that has lost millions of dollars. Where's the millions of dollars, Mr. Gavin Newsom, out in California? My home state where I was born. All that water, we surrounded by Long Beach, Redondo Beach, Santa Monica Beach, Venice Beach, San Bernardino got a beach, Santa Barbara got a beach, Hermosa got a beach. What is you talking about? Pacific Palisades, Malibu got a beach. How you ain't got no water? And then why you got all them homeless people out there like that? Where the funds went to? These are not your funds. These are the taxpayers' funds, and now they can't get help when they really need it. That is a tragedy. Why are people in Tennessee and North Carolina, I think North Carolina, South Carolina, why is they still sleeping in tents? And now it's being broadcasted. These people have been left for nothing. I don't care how you feel about a particular person. It could be you. All that hee ha ha, that's what they get because they voted for such and such. That could be you because they don't give a damn about either or. They don't. It's a system. It is a system. It's not a human being. It does not care about you or me. It cares about capitalism. It cares about greed. It cares about power. It cares about lust. It don't care about human beings. If it did, they wouldn't create the systems that oppress human beings. You came up with a hell of a way to scam people out of their whole life. First of all, us being born, we were born with a lot of money. We are not poor people. That's why we was given social security numbers and barcodes on the back of them. When we get our bills in the mail, we have a bottom portion of that bill that you're supposed to tear off. That is already your payment from the reserve. When your mother go to have you at the hospital, on your birth certificate, where the mother is supposed to go, that says registrar. Who is registering this child to the government? That's why you can get government benefits. Don't think nothing is for free. Don't think nothing is for free. And I'm going to leave that parking right there. You got a barcode on the back of your social security number for a reason, as well on your birth certificate. Everybody was born with a certain amount of money. And when you receive your bills in the mail, if you just went on ahead and well, I better not say that. I'm going to just say this. The reason why your name have to be in all caps on certain documents and certain things, especially when it comes to monies and different things of that sort, is because of what you have in the Treasury, in the Federal Reserve. We know that a healthy child, would make us this much money over this lifespan, this amount of time in their life. We can get them to work for 40 years. 40 hours will reduce their livelihood, their lifespan, because their body will break down. And then we'll let them retire on 40% of their 401k. We'll let them pay all of this money into Social Security and Medicare. And this is how much that they'll get back, barely enough to make it. And that will give them back. Taxes ain't nothing but an overpayment. Social Security, Medicare ain't nothing but an overpayment. Disability ain't nothing but taxpayers' dollars. Ain't nothing free. Nothing. Newsom bought a $9 billion house in the last week of November 24th, said he offered several thousand more to assure. I'm just like, when will this end? Because what is a tragedy to me is to see this many of my people, regardless of the color of your skin, suffering this bad. And we still haven't woken up and say, hey, you know what? If we do what they did, then we'll have what they have. They use other people's monies to start banks. The lottery ain't the only belief system. What about the banking system? They have all us bring our money to the bank, then they loan it to somebody else for interest to make more money. Come on now. Hey, put your money over here to be safe. We'll give you 5 cents every year for holding your money here. And that'll give us enough money to loan Shirley over here, who wants to come in and get a $30,000 loan. We'll make sure we check her financial statements and her credit, see if she's reliable to pay us back $50,000 for the $30,000. That's how we put this back. And then we'll have enough money to invest even more so. And then we build more institutions. We get more people to come in and bring us their money. And then we can invest to make more money. Okay? That's the name of the game. Y'all tracking? Then we'll take the very dirt that God gave everybody in the world. I'm still waiting to see the document where God said only certain men can be landlords and then rent it out to everybody else. Have anybody seen that document? I'm still trying to figure it out. How y'all own the land? God gave it to y'all. Where's the paperwork? I need to see the title deed. No, y'all created a system to make others believe that you own that land, and then they pay you for the land that they already own. The devil is a liar. The devil is having a field day. He's taking everybody on a tour of what already rightfully belongs to you, and then say, look, you can buy this, you can purchase this, it's yours. You won't take possession of it, so I'll give you a tour of what your stuff look like, and then I'll make you pay me for it. I'll make you pay to be a part of this. That who gave? If y'all not talking back to me, what's up? Where my people at? Where is the bill of sale from heaven to any man? Where is the bill of sale from heaven, from God to any man to say you can charge people for power? I gave them the sun, the greater sun by day, to rule the day, to give them light, and the lesser sun by night, called the moon. Now, you didn't want to develop you some type of tools called solar to power your solar mills and all of this stuff, to power and give you energy that you turn around and sell to them people. What a scam. And we pay for free power. Problem is, we don't own no solar machines. We don't own no solar mills. We don't own none of that stuff. We don't own no gold. We don't own no gold mines. We don't own no automobiles. Ain't none of our name own no automobile. We don't own our own clothing brands. Okay? We don't own our own police stations. We don't own our own schools. We don't own our own banks. We don't own our own hospitals. Therefore, we're going to be in trouble. And you know what? God gave us the same thing he gave to them. They just found a way to get creative and create a system that would have people forever entangled in it. We found us a way to make generational wealth forever. No wonder the Rockefellers and the Bilderbergs and the Rothschilds, they created systems. These presidents and White House officials figured out a way to keep it in the family. My predecessor would take my place, and I'll get them started and have them run in Congress and Senate. Yeah. Meanwhile, we the least prepared. Barely can afford $47, $97 to just help ourselves. And I'm not even going to say we barely can afford it. I'll take that back. Because we could own our own things. Minorities spend $1.8 trillion. That's a lot of money every year. $1.8 trillion. They spend 332 or either $336 billion on hair. On hair care products. Spend billions on smoke shop products. We ain't talking about the car lots, how we make them rich. They finna go make them rich for income tax time. People get their overpayment just so they can go back and spend it with the very people who gonna pop up because they know you're gonna consume. Could have been at our own banks, could have been at our own schools, could have been at a lot of things that we are sitting on the sidelines right now in 2025, crying about a system to care about us. Man, this system ain't never cared about us. Even the church has been infiltrated. Them is the most corrupt, crookedest, evil, demonic folks on the planet. Right up in them pulpits. And that ain't speaking bad because I have a wonderful pastor and first lady. Wonderful. Not somebody I didn't just met overnight. I got first saved at the church and still rocking with the pastor and the first lady because they real. I've only met a handful of real folks in this walk. I'm not going to say everybody is corrupt, but there's a lot of sugar, honey, and iced tea inside of the church. It's ridiculous. They not empowering nobody. They getting rich buying mansions that can't nobody come visit, buying compounds and gated houses for what? Not no dang on celebrity. You know how many lives you can change? Affordable housing. You're not doing that. How many meals you can put? How much money was donated by a church to the fire victims? I'm not talking about Beyonce and them devil worshipers. I'm talking about by the church. What church pastor then went on and said, you know what? I've given a. We just had a brother on the church on the channel the other day crying in front of his congregation, saying that they had to come up with $1.5 million to keep the building because it's growing and they can't house. They got 6,000 congregants and the facility can't house all of them anymore. And as he crying, it's like, I don't even know what to say right now. We got 60 days to get up out of here. He's like, but I'm going to fight. Yeah, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. I'm going to fight for y'all. Today I can't preach, but I'm going to fight for y'all. Today I'm messed up. But I just want y'all to know I'm in it to win it. We're going to figure it out. We ain't got nowhere to go. We got to believe God on this. Yes, yes, yes. They told me that I found another building. It's going to be $1.2 million. It's an old raggedy building. It don't got no chairs and it ain't got no foundation. It ain't got nothing in it. But just to get the building. And that's the only building where the city will give us the ordinance to all house us all at one time. But after we pay the $1.2 million, there's another $1.2 million we're going to have to pay to get it up to code. When I tell you everybody in the congregation was like, it went from, yeah, Pastor, hallelujah, yeah, to, but won't have that same type of energy to build Satan's kingdom, to build the beast system, the very system that oppresses them, oppress their ancestors. Okay, they don't care about them, won't give them no type of rights to protect their life. Ain't no crime bill for minorities. Ain't no protecting no life of no minorities. Ain't no type of bill. Asians got a bill. LGBT got a bill. Jews got a bill. Blacks, man, you ain't got no bill. Steady building a system though. But right now in this day, well, ain't nobody coming for us. Ain't nobody gonna help us. No, they not. Help yourself. Take your resources and build. It's a simple solution. Nobody owe you nothing. You owe you. Don't nobody owe us nothing. We owe us. That's the governmental system. That's the church system. When y'all read about some of the things that Dr. Martin Luther King did, it's just not only Dr. Martin Luther King, man, Rosa Parks, leaders that we looked up to. Black Lives Matter took the black people's money and went and bought them some big nice houses in white areas where you couldn't even come without being questioned or profiled with security at your expense. And what I mentioned about the brother, with the church situation, the reason why I mentioned that was, how is the church on there crying for resources? The church crying for resources, but you got the world raising billions of dollars in hours and not days. Make that make sense? Church on TV begging. Same church that received tithes and offering. I'm not saying this about him. I'm just saying it hypothetically. And at this point, I don't care. Only God knows. That's why I've been quiet. Because I'm a warrior. And it can come out anybody can get it. So he's teaching my hands to war and my fingers to fight. I'm learning how to be quiet and speak when I need to speak. Because all I know is when you coming up against my kingdom, the kingdom that I'm from, I am obligated to defend. And when you shaming my kingdom, I'm obligated to defend. And trust me, I don't know if it's tomorrow or whatever day, but it's going to be a whole bunch of correction to these crooks in these pulpits. And I'm not afraid to say it. Ain't nobody gave me no platform, so can't nobody take one away from me. Ain't nobody paying my bills but God. So you cannot starve me and take anything from me. I'm going to tell the truth. It ain't going to be here on this live, but real soon. And I am going to call names. Sure is. Bible say mark those who cause division. Some of them going to be well-known leaders, and some of them going to be regular smuggler warlocks and witches operating or claiming that they're operating and out here defiling my kingdom. But like I said, that's going to be another time for another day. I don't mind putting them on blast. I don't mind standing on a microphone and calling these crooks out for what they are. Why are your congregants in the congregation and the people in your community? How is there even a weed shop allowed across the street from your church? Where is your power? You are pathetic. How do you think we look to the world? Are you out of your mind? I just got an announcement to make. The beneficiaries are back. People will catch that if they want to, okay? You can catch that if you want to. The beneficiaries are back. And we're coming to take over in real life. We're not begging the system to give us back what rightfully belongs to us. You wicked demonic system. These kingdoms belong to my God. You don't get to lock us out of them and tell us no. You don't get to know. We're going to go into your systems and we're going to learn the systems so we can confiscate the systems. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. I'm not out here asking these people to give me anything. I just went over here and got myself dressed to become a government contractor, and that's how I'm going to get mines back, okay? Hope you understand. Right now, there are so many millions and trillions of dollars right now for fire extinguishers. $1 million contract. You need some fire extinguishers? Look, I will get on the phone. Can you produce 1,000 this grade fire extinguishers? Oh, you can? Okay, so how much would it be for 1,000 of those? Can you fulfill a order that big? I'm a contractor, and my client needs 1,000 of 2A double barrel fire extinguishers. Okay, you got that. Perfect. Who am I talking to? Who am I speaking to? Can I get your contact information? I would love to um, establish a partnership with you on behalf of the government. Okay, thank you so much. I'll be right in return with you. Or I'll call you back. Okay, bye. Oh, they told me that they gonna charge me 10,000 to deliver 1,000 fire hydrants. Okay. Hello, my name is Tawana. I am. This is my cage code. I'm calling to speak to the contracting officer about this contract. Yes, I can fulfill that contract. So I can provide exactly 1,000 grade A double barrel fire extinguishers red. I can have them delivered to you by June, the deadline that you put on there. The price, including my time and the cost of the fire extinguishers, will be $989,000. I know the contract is for $1 million. I'll save you time and I'll save you money, and I can do the job for 900,000 evenly. Okay, cool. I will send over my certifications via email, and then I will wait for your call. Thank you. It's that simple. It's that simple. Let me show y'all what kind of contracts they got available out here. It's not hard, it's just different. I'm telling all of my cousins right now, you can get you $1 million contract for a month's worth of work right now. People in California need something to eat. If you know how to cook, and we all do, whether your food is nasty or not. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to cook. You can go find somebody else who can cook, and you can subcontract and be the primary contractor. I hold the contract, I subcontract it out. I can't do the work, so let me give it to cousin over here who knows how to do construction. This is a $10 million contract. Can you build a 300 unit apartment complex? Yeah, I can do that. How much you charge me? That'll be about $5 million. Cool. That I got your 5 million. I'm getting 5 million. Let me show y'all. Let me pick this up on the screen right now. I want you to come look over here real quick, okay? I'm going to show you the money next, but I want you to look over here. As a matter of fact, let me write down some of these codes because I want to show y'all something. Okay, if I want to sell housing to the government, I can. If I want to go, and hear me clearly, if I want to go rent me a house and it's a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom, and I say, hey, I can take in 4 developmentally disabled children. Medicaid will pay for the people to come in and service them. With the contract, I will pay for people to come in and watch them, monitor them. I'm renting the house. I don't even own the house. But they paying me $20,000 per person, per bedroom. I got 3 bedrooms. I can take 6. That's 60,000 just on the bedrooms. Now I got 6 clients in there. It's called billing. Mary and Jane is in the same room. They both quadriplegics. I'm gonna bill you $250 to get them out of the bed. I'm gonna bill you $250 to put on their pajamas, cause I bill you per service. I'm gonna bill you $250 to take them in the bathroom and brush their teeth, cause that's a service. I'm gonna bill you $250 to make their breakfast. I'm gonna bill you $250 to make them, backpacks or whatever for school. I'm gonna bill you $250 to drop them off at school. Hope y'all paying attention, okay? Ain't nobody asking for no reparations. So you come over here, excuse me, and whatever it is you do, you go ahead and get your stream code. I call this a stream code because this is your stream of income. If more than one applies to you, then you have more than one stream of income. Okay? But I'm going to say I provide housing to the government because they're the biggest spender and the biggest sellers. And they asked me, okay, what kind of housing do you provide to the government? Do you build on your own land for sale? I'm a landlord, so I can pick this code right here. I have land and I will build on it for the right price. So I can take this stream key right here, okay? Other community housing services. Do I provide transitional housing? Sure do. Sure do. So I get that stream, okay? I'm going to write down. Let me write down these codes because I need to show y'all the type of money y'all missing out on. Ain't nobody begging no system. No, we need to get what we need to get, and we need to get it in haste. Okay? New single family housing. Do I do housing, single family construction, general contractors? I don't, but I can find somebody. Nevertheless, I'm just going to come down here to where I'm at. Temporary shelters. Got all these migrants and stuff. Y'all want to take our tax dollars and give them to the migrants? Well, I know how to get it back. I'll provide the temporary shelter that they need, and you go ahead and pay me back my tax dollars and everybody else's too. Let me write down that. 624221. And when I tell you the government buy everything, they buy everything. Check this out. They be locking up folks for this right here. Y'all know they be taking people to jail for this, right? People sitting in prison for this right here. You see it on the screen. Type in what you see on the screen. I want y'all to see it real big. What y'all see on the screen, type it in the chat. They buy that. They want you to grow it for them, manufacture it for them, and they pay you real well to do so. Okay? If you a wholesaler and you make it, they're going to pay you big for it. If you a retailer and you sell it, they're going to pay you big for it. And if you a manufacturer and you make it, they're going to pay you big for it. I just wanted you to know that they buy everything. Okay? If you do credit repair, they buy that too. Okay? If you started your own credit union, they pay you for that too. Credit bureaus, if you wanted to become a credit agency, they give you money for that too. You want to start your own credit card issuing? Yeah, they give you that too. But how about this? If you're a collection agency, if you have also personal services, anything like that, yeah, they give you money too. But I'm in credit repair. I offer counseling and consulting. So I'm going to take that too. Let's see how much they're paying for that. Okay. Just make sure y'all still with me. They don't only buy that. How many of y'all got stories? How many of y'all got books? Type it in the chat if you got a book that you're supposed to write and you ain't written it yet. Type me if you are a author, because they pay you real well to write books and to come talk about your books and to come perform at their events and to come speak to they pay you real well. You security guard. You can actually be security for events. They billionaire balls and all of this stuff. They pay you real good. How many of y'all know how to cook? Put a cook in the chat. You know how to cook. They buy that too. Okay? If you make your own food. If you bake your own cookies. See that? You grow your own food. You make your own food. But we're going to come to this one right here. Private households. You'll go and cook for them. And you chauffeur their events. Okay? We're going to grab that one. We're just going to look at a couple of codes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. I want to show y'all how much money they out here paying. Okay? Just make sure y'all still in over here. All right, come on, look. Where we going next? USA spending. Let's go over here. So let me pull up the website and then I'm definitely going to share the screen right now. All right, let's see how much. I just want to know how much money y'all given in the last 2 years. That's it. I can go all the way down to 2008, but I'm going to just keep it right here, short and simple, 24 and 25. Okay? I'm going to come in here. Now, see, with California, you come in and you put in a disaster relief code. Psh. Look at all these coronavirus codes. When I tell y'all missed out. Oh my goodness. Be prepared for the next pandemic. They said, what was it called? I shared it the other day. SPARS. I think that's what it's called. They said that's the next pandemic. It's supposed to happen 2025 to 2028. I'll show y'all that, right? Okay. But now you have, hold on, let me pull this back up here. Now you have disaster emergency relief funds as well, just in case you didn't know that. Okay. If you a woman, those are called set-asides. Let me show y'all. If you a minority, they got money for you. Okay. See that? Historically black colleges, they got money for you. If you in a hub zone, they got money for you. Okay. If you a Native American owned business, they got money for you. Okay. If you a small disadvantaged business, they got money for you. If you a minority business, you already qualify for a disadvantage. If you was a veteran and served in the Air Force, military, whatever branch of government, got money for you. If you a woman-owned business, they got money for you, beloved. They got so much money for you, it ain't even funny. If I just showed you, we're gonna do the economically disadvantaged women-owned. Give me 1 second, y'all. Honey, let me me see if you want to order my children. Marcus! So if we just wanted to look for set-asides, ask that. Huh? Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. You need to use this to get done? Mm-hmm. Do you need to use this to grab them something? Are you okay? I'll be done in just a moment. So if we wanted to just go in on a set-aside, okay? If I'm going to pick that one right there, and then I'm going to come up here and tell them that I want to cook. I think that was the last one we went and looked up. 814-110 was the code. See, it say private households right here. Okay. I make sure I select the box because this is for cooking. This is only for cooking. I'm going to come on down here and I'm going to hit submit. I want to see how much money was given. They didn't find nothing with that type of set aside. Okay, cool. Let me take that set aside out. Let's search this way without the set aside. Here we go. Now let's see how much these people. Now I want y'all to see this real good here, okay? Get your eyeballs together. Okay? We're going to go over this together. This is just for a cook. Whoever this business is, right here, Vectress System LLC. Then right here, okay? Can't highlight it. This contract was for 1,313,771,263.33 for cooking. $1 billion for cooking. Okay? Now I'm going to have to make it a little bit smaller so I can scroll it back over here to where I want you to see. What was this for? It was for a disaster emergency, for sure. That was the code. And that's when you can really get paid. $6 million was due to go to folks for the COVID-19 obligations. 6 million of it was. But let's see how long this contract was for. The Department of Defense, the Army, is the one who awarded this contract. They had this contract from June 1st, 2013 to February 28th, 2021. Now, how in the world did you get a COVID contract in 2013 and COVID didn't come on the scene in 2019, 2020? But you literally have a contract for 8 years just cooking for $1 billion. Let's find some other contracts that are in the same year, same month. Hold on, let me see. look through here. Hold on. Do some long contracts. Wow. Look at this one. From 2022 to 2039. This how you play the game. 2022 to 2039, 17 years. I wonder how much this contract is worth. This is from the Department of the Air Force. Excuse me, this is for a cook. A delivery order. They just want this delivered. Wow. $111 million. $111 million for that contract. We're gonna go to temporary housing because I want y'all to see how much you can make in a temporary housing space. Let's go find that one real quick. I think that temporary housing was 624,221. 624,221. Okay, here we go. Y'all can see it right there. His contract is for temporary shelters, community food and housing, and emergency and other relief services. I'm trying to tell my people, I need to put y'all on. We need to have our own communities. If you want, listen, I'll come back to that, okay? Let me just stick to the script right here. Look how much money they done gave away. 600 million, 800 million. And what areas are they giving this money away in? Look at that. Look at this map. Look how much California and right where I stay, Sweet Old Texas. No, I don't want you to gather my data. What are you doing? Don't gather my data. I gotta minimize it. Hold on. What I done done, Lord? I didn't mess that up somehow. So as you can see over here, okay, the darker green states got more than $542 million. Texas and California. Okay? We're going to go ahead and we're going to hit submit. Let me make sure this other one is gone. $49. Let me take this one off. All right, here we go. Let's see how much they're giving for temporary shelter. Temporary shelter, let's see. We got family endeavors right here. We got rapid deployment right here. $3,516,000,000 $373,311. $1,298,999,990. Now let's see how long was these contracts for. I'm just right here on the first two. It's a definite contract and it's in an emergency timing. 486 million had to go to COVID obligations. Department of Health and Human Services were the awarding agency. When I tell y'all money is right in y'all backyard, Lord have mercy on my soul. Now that one that got $1 billion, the second one, they had the contract starting 5/16/2022. And the contract ends 11/15/2023. Just a little bit over a year, and they got $1 billion for services. $1 billion for services. Straight up. This, for 1 year worth of services, you can be a billionaire? Yes. How about this? They got this contract 4/27/2021. It ended 11/19/2021. 7 months worth of work. I am eager to see how much they got. 7 months worth of work. This is the Administration for Children and Family, Department of Health and Human Services. Let's go all the way across. COVID monies was included in that. It was for emergency. This is temporary housing. Purpose of this contract is to provide the full complement of services necessary to families and children during COVID-19. Okay, so this contract was worth $706,894,000 for 7 months worth of work. $706 million for 7 months worth of temporary shelter. Family. We can go on and on and on and on. Okay? You ain't gonna see no contract on a federal level under $1 million. I done showed you millions, billions in a year's worth of time, millions in months worth of time. And for certain industries, niches, transportation, you can get $1 million contract for 1 month. For 1 month. Especially during hurricanes, fires, all of this stuff. Okay? That's how you go get prepared. Because one thing's for sure and two things for certain. When I do a contract with the government, I don't care what kind of currency you want to switch up and flip up. You got to pay me. I can own this country. You're not defaulting on your contracts. That's for sure. They the biggest spenders and the biggest buyers. To put you up on game, the money that we think is being sent to Ukraine, it's not. It's not. It's being given to us to send to Ukraine. We'll give you $1 million for 1,000 cases of Nestle bottled water. I'll go to Sam's Club. I'll call and make the phone call. Who can produce me 1,000 cases of Nestle bottled water and how much? The contract is worth $500,000. You'll charge me $50,000. I'll charge them $100,000. I ain't gonna be greedy. But for my time and to make sure that you getting your services and that person is getting paid for providing you the services, I'm the middleman. I'm getting paid 50 bands on tops. That's going to put me in a better position to go build what I need to build and go do what I need to do in haste. You can have millions in months. Before you even get millions in months, there's money in your backyard, right in your backyard, that don't require no bidding. It requires you to be dressed the right way, but no bidding. Okay? These are called purchase orders. Pay you up to $10,000. You can get them every month for ink pens, Xerox copies, little small stuff, envelopes. Open the scroll, break the seal, worthy one. Open the door, break the seal, worthy one. Mm-hmm. Now this is right on in my backyard. They need neutral needs assessments and support for HIV and sexually transmitted infection services. They need somebody to go help out, talk to people, maybe who's getting, I don't know, the details of the contract, but it ain't nothing major. Elevator and escalator maintenance. Let me call somebody up and find somebody with good reviews and make sure they got all the documentation. Let me knock that contract, take that contract off your hand. Or you need some book services. Okay, cool. Okay. Construction manager at risk for the old red courthouse project. Oh, okay. I'm going to hire somebody to do this. They need a demolition and construction of a new single family. Oh, okay, cool. Let me go call my homeboy Miguel. Oh, y'all need some uniforms? I got you. Let me go right over here on Alibaba or Temu and go ahead and cop you them uniforms. Don't play with me. Y'all need some police uniform? Oh, y'all need y'all need some what do you call that? Uh body cameras. Okay, I got you. Okay, period. You need some abatement and remediation, sir? Okay, cool. This is right in my backyard. Right in my backyard. I don't have to be a federal contractor to get this. Let me go back over here. Let me come over here and see what they got. Is this where I just left from? Yeah, it is. Let's see what procurements they got in Dallas City. Is this the one I gotta watch a video? Some of these you gotta register. Yep, you gotta register for Bonfire to be able to see theirs, which is cool. Just showing y'all money in y'all backyards. Do I gotta register for BidNet? No, I just went over there and saw that. Let me come on over here. Texas Secretary of State, what y'all got going on for me? Let me see what y'all got right in my backyard. Current authorized purchase orders, what y'all got? Purchase orders. I ain't even got a bid on this. You see this? 14,000. 4,000. These is purchase orders. All they wanted was Xerox. Okay? They needed a 48-month lease, a Toshiba 357 copier. They needed to lease a copier for 48 months. These are old, but we get to see $33,000 for this. Then they turn around and got 14,000. Okay, and then another 14 because they can eventually give up 33,000, but they had to break it down in 2 payments. They need a lot of copying. Guess what? If you see these old ones, they still need it today. State bar membership dues, somebody to collect those, $3,000. That's how you can come over here and get non-bid opportunities without even being a federal contractor. Freshness, 318. What's going on? Shout out. Who is Black Magic? I've never heard of that. Hopefully it's not nothing crazy because, I'm glad to definitely have you over here, but I hope my name ain't tied up in nothing weird. Feel me? But I'm glad for whoever that is that shared me and we found each other. Typical purchase. What do they want? Furniture, printing services, training. You a coach, a consultant? Can you help us? Computer equipment, maintenance and repair contracts, computer programming, moving services, office supply and equipment. All procurement opportunities over 25,000 can be found by visiting this website. All procurement opportunities under 25,000, just contact us right here. Oh, y'all wasn't even seeing it. Sorry. My bad. I wanted y'all to see these purchase orders. My bad. Thank you, sister. This is what they want. They want you to quote your prices correctly. Tell them if there's any handling, shipping. There is no putting in no bid. Make sure you deliver on time or before the delivery date. Follow all instructions. Purchase orders. See that? They wanted Xerox. Copying. This is the amount they actually paid. $6,000 for a lease. Find them a 48-month lease for a copy machine. That's no deal. No brainer. Let me call for you. 14,000, 33,000 to just lease a copier. These are called purchase orders. And if you see them up here in the past tense, they still need them in the present tense. Okay? Look, they need AT&T services. Go get me a phone. Give me global services. This is in every city, state. We need a state registration for agency truck. They paid $13.25. But hey, I need some FedEx government services. They paid $3,300 for that. They needed UPS shipping, paid $400 for that. It just go on and on and on. In real life. Right in your backyard. Okay? It tells you down here. These are the things that they're looking to buy. Can you help us out? Computer equipment, copiers, furniture, maintenance, moving services, printing, trainings. Can you help us out? They give you up to $25,000 for these services. If you want more than $25,000, you got to go over here. And come look for the ones. I'm going to just hit, look, give me all. I really don't care. First Court of Appeals. Look at all these people got. Listen, just give me everything. Edible, inedible casings. What in the heck is that? They need some plumbing, maintenance, and repair service. Let me call somebody. A roof replaced. Oh, we just need new student orientation programs. Can you come to a new orientation program for us? Yes. Inmate commissary services. Help us find some laundry equipment. At Texas A&M, we need some student housing, construction, or modular units. I need some physical education supplies, pest control services, child care business support. Listen, we can go on and on. I'm going to just end it there, okay? It's a lot of money available in the government contracting space. I'm going to come back to that in a minute because that is what we're supposed to be doing as the kingdom of God. You seek him first and his righteousness, where you in a position to help people more than yourself, then God will help you. And this is what he is calling us to do. Get back to the basics and I will bless you. Why would I give you millions for you? I will give you millions for others. I don't mind giving you billions for others. Your family gets to benefit too. And this is a way that you can educate your next generation on how to keep this coming in the family. To hell with working a job. That's out of the door. I'm not working a job. I'm going to provide a service. And I'm not working a job because employment check is attached to a job. I'm going to provide a service because now a fee is attached to providing you a product or a service. Two totally different things. Here's my fee, not what I'm going to make minimum wage. The devil is a lie. If I want to charge you $29.50 an hour, if I want to charge you $2,000 an hour, my job for me to come in and speak at your conference, I charge a minimum of $25,000 and then $5,000 every hour thereafter. When you provide a product or a service, a fee is associated with that. When you work a job, a paycheck is associated with that. Y'all don't ever forget that. It's a lot of money. I want to offer you guys a few opportunities, but I do need to get up and use the ladies' room, okay? If you be here when I get back, you'll be able to take advantage of some of the opportunities. Why am I offering you opportunities? Because this is what God said. He said, you're going to sit down right here and tell my people they are not prepared, but I am trying to prepare them. And I put that man in office to give y'all time to get prepared. Just a window of time. If you still want to continue to play, then you will reap the rewards and you will reap the consequences of your unpreparedness. God ain't stopping none of this stuff from happening because it must. Exposure must happen. Revival is going to come, but you cannot revive something that was not dead. So it got to look stinky. It got to look black. It got to look dark. It got to look as evil as it is looking out here. It got to get bad before it get good. The greatest revivals came out of the greatest shakings. And the United States is going to get shook. And even the billionaires, Donald Trump and all of these other people, they run into crypto for a reason. They're taking their money and investing it into real estate, hard assets. And guess what they're doing even more so now? They're building communities, online communities and in-person communities. Can't go to their clubs unless you fit in. You can't even be a part of a fraternity or a sorority unless you accepted into their community. They secret societies where only members get access to information. This ain't new. This has been around for a long time. God is looking for those who will build up a community, and he will bless you for doing it so he can preserve his people. He needs us more than he need ever have. And I'm not God. I'm just in our generation. I'm speaking about our generation because I'm sure he needed every other forerunner in their generation. It is absolutely imperative. A whole entire nation, races of people, nations of people, culture. It's a lot of stuff planned and it's happening not for us, it's happening to us. And we have to change that. So I will be back. If you're going to be here, you're going to be here. If not, have a blessed evening. Okay? Ain't no love going to be lost. I'll see you the next time. But I'm going to definitely share with y'all some opportunities that we all should be taking advantage of right now. God is giving us an opportunity to do so. This is not about playing games. I'm telling you, God want to put us in a position. I wish that I can tell y'all everything, but I can't. God want to position a few people that he is going to do some mind-blowing things in the days ahead. If you would listen and you would hearken, God is going to do some amazing, mind-blowing things. I'm telling you, people going to wake up and it's going to be an overnight situation. Like you've prepared, the preparation wasn't overnight. But the purpose, the prosperity, the plan will be implemented overnight. When God shakes this nation and the real estate market, the car market, that's going to be the best time to buy. But you know what? You can't buy if you're broke. He is setting us up for something. Trust and believe that, and only those who will hearken and don't be afraid and do what God said, he will bless you exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, because it won't be about you. You'll be in line with him, and his mission is always seek the kingdom of God first. And what is that? Souls. Take care of my people. Love them like you love yourself. You play this one.
Something to you, you got to put in the effort. And I always like to say it's the work we put in when nobody's watching that really matters. You versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. because my old man taught me that. Right? Got to work.
I don't know if that's the one I want to play because some of them be having filthy languages, filthy words inside of there. And yeah, I don't want y'all to be like, yeah, she was playing cuss words over here, even though I have no control.
Why do you run? Why are you running? Are you running for a reason? Do you know the purpose behind the run?
I'll be back over here,
Do
y'all.
you have enough faith in why you're running?
I'll let
Are you
y'all listen
afraid
to
you're
it.
gonna fall down? Do you have enough balance? Are you prepared to test your balance? How fast can you run? Maybe you gotta slow down sometimes. Maybe when you cut that corner, you got to understand that when you're turning that corner, there's a unique obstacle that is waiting for you. But are you prepared to run through it? Are you prepared to run fast? Are you prepared to run strong? Do you understand what it means to run? So many people run away. They run away instead of running forward. Instead of running towards something. You may have to take your time and just jog a little bit. But sooner or later, you got to pick up the pace. You got to start moving a little bit faster. And you got to have the desire to run hard. To understand that there's something that has to be done. Don't run for stats. Don't run for glory. Run because you know it's necessary. But understand that endurance is required. Don't let dead weight slow you down. Because dead weight is exactly that. It's dead. It has no life. But you have life. And you must continue to push and run as fast as you can. And if you feel that you're getting a little tired, if you feel that you don't have enough left in you, I suggest you push that next button. I suggest you go into that second and third gear. I suggest that you understand that you got to be the one to make it to the finish line. And even when you cross the finish line, prepare yourself for the next race of your life. Because every day you're racing. Run fast. Run strong. Run with power. Run with greatness. Run with a full heart. And believe in it. But don't quit. Understand why you're running. If you ever question why you run, believe and know there's a purpose behind everything that you do. It is time to run for your life. Pushing with everything you have inside of you. Running towards an opportunity. Running towards a victory. Running as hard as you can. You got to understand why you're running. You have to understand the significance and why you're running.
We'll stop that right there. Okay. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. I gotta go all the way on the other side of the house too. And then make sure my kids was okay for another maybe 20, 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be here. Not only do we have all of these things happening, the reason why I'm here on tonight is because a lot of these new executive orders that Mr. Trump has put out. First of all, I need to let us all know that taxpayers are going to be responsible for the fires in California. It's going to be your taxpayers' dollars. It's not just your taxpayers' dollars that is funding Ukraine. It's also going to be for the rebuilding of California, for the rebuilding of Tennessee, and for the rebuilding of North Carolina, South Carolina, where in Florida, wherever any other natural disasters have occurred. It's always at the cost of the consumer, the American taxpayer. So J6ers, the pardons, that's taxpayers' dollars. Okay? That comes from when we house prisons, taxpayers' dollars. They wouldn't have a prison system without taxpayers. And we are the ones who get the crap end of the stick. Also, in these executive orders, people who are working remotely will be forced to go back to the workforce immediately. Got to get back to work. If you don't like working, you need to work for yourself. Not only that, people on food stamps, SNAP benefits, you will only be able to get them for a limited amount of time, 3 to 6 months. They're not giving them to you forever. Low income housing, same thing. There are so many cuts coming to so many programs. And people are not prepared for this in any shape, form, or fashion. And that is why I'm here on tonight. It's your responsibility. It's your power. It's your control that you take back and put into your own hands. Because there ain't going to be people already rioting and looting. Not just in emergent, rich areas. People are robbing and looting and going into stores. They didn't tell us the real reason why these big stores are closing down, but I will tell you the real reason why these big stores are closing down. They are losing more than they are gaining. Macy's especially. They had people coming in stealing their merchandise. We saw it on TV. Insurance is not replacing that. The more crime went up, you had the Venezuelans going in there robbing whole cell phone stores. They took a loss they could not recover from. Go do your research on that. Why these big stores, major retailers, Macy's, JCPenney's, Walgreens, CVS, the auto repair stores, Denny's, buildings that has been in operation for years, older than us. It's not balancing out. They're not making. Amazon and took over that with the click to door. We ain't even got to go in no more and order no business suit. Know our size. Go on Amazon, hit Prime, and it's here at our doorstep. And then you got theft comes in and starts stealing. Can't sell vehicles because they overpriced. They too priced for people to afford. 263 days to sell one vehicle. So all that time that they sit in there, they need to make room for new inventory, 2025 inventory. So now they got to mark up the prices. You're almost paying $100,000 for a vehicle, $600, $700, $800,000 for a flimsy new construction home. They make their money off of debt. Go buy you some land, go build your own home for $100,000, $200,000. How are you going to do that? Go get you some business credit that you can build in a day, in a month, in 45 days max, and have you $450,000 to $1 million in business funding. Learn how to play the game. Go get 4 LLCs or get 4 EINs and build business credit. Get $250,000 in business credit. Okay, that's separate from your personal credit. It gives you a new chance at life. Business credit ain't got no background. It ain't no parole. It ain't went to no prison. It ain't committed no crimes. It didn't grow up in no hood. It don't got no labels or stigmas attached to it. Start a business. Build some business credit. Go get funding real fast. Buy your own land. Build on your own land. If you go get land in a blueprint, they'll give you 80% of whatever they appreciate the value at. You go buy some land for $1,000. You want to build a $200,000 home on it, they'll give you 80% of that $200,000. Like 165,000. You can go get your house built. Now you got passive income. You want to build a triplex. You live in one, get rid of your rent, and then you rent out the other two. Pay the bank back for the business credit that you used to buy the home. It's all about how you play the game. We don't have time to be going to no work, making those slave wages, thinking that we're going to actually get us and our families prepared. Many of us have more than 3 people in our homes, 5 people in our homes. We are responsible for multiple people. 9 to 5 is just barely. Government assistance is just barely keeping us. We all one paycheck away from poverty. Literally. 18 bills on one stream of income. That's just not enough. 5 bills on one stream of income. You got 5 bills, you need 5 streams. That way your whole house ain't built on one income, because if that income is taken or shaken or reduced, your whole house go down. God is telling us right here, right now, I'm showing you ways to get yourself prepared. Whether you will take that route is totally up to you. You have free will and you have free reign to do whatever you want to. But know that the consequences for your actions always affects your whole household. Always. It does not just affect you, it affects generations. Especially for my brothers. The sins of the father is passed down to the 10th generations. When God dealt with David, he dealt with his whole household, Absalom, all his sons. When God dealt with Achan, he dealt with all of his whole household, including his cattle. He deals with the whole household. And I will visit the house of David, and I will visit the house of Jesse, and I will deal with the house of Saul. Ahab's whole lineage, his children, son, grandchildren, all evil, all deemed to be evil. Haman, his bloodline. That's how God deals. It don't just affect us. Our decisions does not just affect us. It affects those that are connected to us. So with that being said, I have these opportunities available for you. I done showed y'all so many receipts that I don't have to tonight. You can actually go and look them up. My oldest client tapped in with her the other day because in 30 days, she had her $50,000 in contracts, purchase orders for the next 4 years. That was in 2022, 2023. Now we're in 2025, 2023, 2024. Another sister has a $75,000 contract in defense. She doesn't work in defense at all. Just because she's a woman and she's a minority, she was able to land that contract. All you need to do is know what to do and how to do it, okay? Also with us, like I said, building business credit, getting our credit fixed. 2025, they rolled out the FICO T and the FICO 10. That is going to harm us so bad, especially if we got bad credit already. Because now the housing market and those who are renting, they will start using this model score. Vehicles use the Vantage score. That's the Credit Karma score. But now they're moving to this new system that they put into place in like 2018. I remember them rolling out FICA 10 and FICA 10T or FICA T. Now it's in full effect in 2025. Millions are oblivious to how that's going to affect them. If every month your credit card is maxed out, they're going to go back for the last 6 to 12 months to see how much debt is being carried over every single month. That will affect you from being able to move into a 2-bedroom unit. That will affect you even to require or obtain some jobs. When I tell you this stuff is wild, it is mind-blowing wild, because millions of people are not prepared for this in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And that is why I'm grateful to God for his mercy. God, we need your help and we need your time, not to waste it, not to procrastinate, but to give us the grace, the time, so we can get in and get what we need. Straight up. That is what it's about. It is time for us to get off these social media, talking about what they did, to hell with that. We need to do what we need to do for us. All the pointing the finger, marching in the street, burning down buildings, that is not going to cut it. It ain't working. It never has. It's gotten people thrown in prison and lives ruined because so. I really need my people to get over here in this space and get what we need. If they will give us millions of dollars in a month, you do not have to go work 40 years to get $1 million. There is a $1 billion contract with your name on it. Right here, right now, in any space. You need help putting something together. Let me help you put something together to go sell. They buy drop shipping. They buy shoes. The people in their prison facilities need thongs and sandals and t-shirts, underwears. They buy everything. Bread, tuna, flashlights, notepads, paper, furniture, lights, computers, laptops, microphones, books. They buy everything. Everything. So that is the first thing that I'm going to tell you. Will the credit sweep still work for cleanup? Yes. Yes. Yes, it will. And if we ever going to be able to get our hands on some money, government contract, it may not be for everybody. I will tell you, and I said this like a week ago, if this dollar was to crash tomorrow, have you some credit. They didn't even change up the way in the game in the credit space. And this is why I tell people who delay all the time, you miss out. You miss out. Because now in 2025, I used to be able to have a $15,000 credit card limit. And then I can put my brother Stefan, or Steve, Stefan, I think that's how you say it, brother. I could put him on my account as an authorized user. I wouldn't give him the card, but I'd put him on my account to give his credit score an instant boost, 50 to 100 points. Because now I just added $15,000 credit limit to his credit. And it's in positive standing. And it's It has history. It's been established on my credit for over 5 years. Instantly, 50 to 100 point increase. And every month that that payment is made on time, his score increases. Right? Now, if you put people as an authorized user, they don't even want to give the people the credit points. It ain't started yet, but it's happening in 2025 to where they will limit whether the score go up and how many points. It will not be that big old boost, if any. Crypto, same thing that people used last Friday to make hundreds and thousands of dollars and millions of dollars on a meme coin, just because Donald Trump's name was attached to it, and then turn around and had his wife do the same thing. Now the FTC want to put regulations on it. We keep missing movements. We keep missing the wealth transfer. Let's not miss it anymore. Let's not miss it anymore. Here's some opportunities that I have for y'all. First of all, the government contracts. We are taking off with that this week. I want to show you how to land your first contract within 2 weeks to 90 days. And I'll say 2 weeks to 90 days, and that's just depending on if you're going to show up and listen to the information and then do it. And it's not hard. I'm going to go through this with you, hand holding you for the next 8 weeks. Okay? That's 60 days. I'm going to give you an extra 30 days to land your first contract. Or your money will be given back to you in full. There shouldn't be no reason why you can't land your contract in 90 days. But my goal is to get you one in 2 weeks after starting this 8-week mentorship. I'm not the only one who has benefited and will benefit from government contracts. That is the first thing God told me to do. You can take one contract and go get rid of them student loans. You can take one contract and go right over there in the land banking space and buy you some land. Let me see if I still got it up here. I love spirit of the living, spirit of the living. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it up here. My fortress, still alone. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, let me get the screen up, and then I need to show y'all this and then pull up another screen, okay? So hold on 1 second. Come over here like this here and go and buy me some land. Or go buy me a house, okay? For the low. When I say low, I mean this low. $369 low. $224 low, okay? I'm going to go look and see exactly what this is. Okay, the starting bid on this is $224. There is no current bids on it. It's this little area right here. Look like a little area, but I guarantee you. Let me pull this up over here. You can buy that property. I want to just see what it is and how much money is already into it if I buy it for $224. I buy it for $224. It's already ready for me at $600. So I'm going to make 2 times, return on my investment. I buy it for $224. I make $600. I'm $376 in the plus. Now I can take $100 out of that $374 and then go buy me another property that's already got some value in it. But I want to see exactly what this is. Okay, so they say this is, let me see where this is at. Okay, I don't want to look at the dimensions right now. I want to look at, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I'm trying to go see exactly what it is. I'm going to pull it up and then I'm going to let y'all see. That is in Arkansas. Okay, here we go. 18. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you exactly what it is. For $224, y'all. Y'all got to see this. Okay? Just checking out the area. And these be land bank houses as well. They got all that grass. They'll sell them to you for $100, $200 just because they got all of this grass. And tear this down, or you can get it repaired literally for a little bit of nothing. And then turn around and rent this house out. Go get you some business credit at Home Depot and Lowe's and get all this taken care of for a little bit of nothing. You can actually use business credit to get this repaired. Put a new stove, refrigerator in it, whatever you want to, clean up the lot, okay? And now you got a whole house for $100. But here is this right here. $200. This is called land banking. This is buying land back from the government. You can buy a house or you can just buy dirt, a lot. These are the type of moves that we need to be making. And then guess what you can do with that? Turn around and sell it to the government. I got temporary housing for you. Sure do. Need temporary housing? I got temporary housing for you, no problemo. You need to use this for a transitional house? Cool. I got you, Uncle Sam. I can use this as an Airbnb. I own this. I can rent it to a resident. Or I can rent it to the government who I know for sure I'm going to get my money every month religiously. If you don't do anything else, get your credit fixed. It'll change your life. If you don't have money, you got to wait and try to figure out how to get more money. But if you ain't got money and you got credit, you got money. You can turn credit into cash any given day. You can't turn cash into cash, but you can turn credit into cash. Get your credit fixed. And if you learn how to fix your own credit, then you can go get you some contracts to help instruct other people how to build business credit, how to fix their credit. Okay. So with that being said, this is what I got for y'all, the 8-week mentorship in the government contracts. You will win your first contracts 2 weeks after we start to 90 days. And that's just on the long end. You can do it before then. But some people like to procrastinate and pussyfoot around. So I say 90 days, okay? If you haven't won you a contract in 90 days, you get your money back. So last call, I normally charge you $5,000 to get into this program. $5,000. Who got that type of money? You be amazed about who has that type of money. And if they don't, they got a credit card with it, right? But what kind of dum-dum would I be to expose you to $1 million and in the contracts that you can go get is minimum $10,000 for a purchase order, $25,000 for a delivery order for a non-bid contract. I just showed y'all tonight. So technically, I can charge you $5,000. I'm going to teach you something that you can not only turn into a business to sell to the government, but that you can also sell B2B. If I show you how to do government contracts and how to register people, you can charge people $5,000 just on a registration. Because you got to know, I'm going to give you the whole, put this right there, put that right there, put that right there. Now you don't even got to go through the whole system guessing or got to go look up what this mean and what that code mean. I show you exactly how to do that. And now you have a government contracting agency. I can help you, small business owner, get money to your small business, especially if you're a minority, if you're a veteran owned, if you disadvantaged, and if you're minority, then you disadvantaged. So I can help you get funding. And guess what? I'll do your paperwork. $5,000 on the front end and then 10% of whatever the contract you in. Pretty fair. They ain't gotta do no work. You now know how to get them contracts. So you can become a contracting agency, and that's where the big money is at. But if you don't want to become a contracting agency, you can just be a contractor, state, local, city, or federal, or all four, government contractor. I am going to let a few more people join us before we're off to the races. I haven't mentioned it because I don't want people to think, hey, I'm trying to convince you to come over here. No, you got to hear that this is for me, and then somebody showed up to help me. This has been something that's in my spirit to do. This has been something that has been on my heart. This has been something that I have whispered to God in prayer. I need help. I need you to show me. I know that you want me to do this. I know you want me to build. I know you want me to have more. Now your help shows up. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to allow a few more of us to go with us. And just to show you, I haven't did this in a very, I haven't came out and just called a bunch of people to get in government contractors. That's not something that I do. When I'm led to do it, I will. You see 256 members in here. This group, where can you see the overview? And still got 98 people trying to get up in here. Let me see where you can see. Usually it tells you the about. This is where you'll be able to see this. Usually we started this group, okay? This group has been started since the end of 2022. This is where a lot of contractors came in here and got contracts and still are networking with each other as we speak to get contracts. Last time I came out, I led a large, massively large amount of people into the government contracting space. Okay? Lots of them. Now I'm coming out to get another group. Do y'all want to go get this wealth of the wicked or no? Do you want to go get your grandmamas and your great-great-grandmamas them reparations? I will let a couple of more people go with us. I'm really going to be teaching about disaster emergency so you can go get some of that California money and any other disaster. Donald Trump just declared an economic emergency. Man, when I tell you there are lots and lots of monies available, they're not going to ever get on no microphone and tell us, hey, I got money for y'all. Come over here and get some. No, they're not going to tell you that. They keep government contracting a secret. It's only so many of us in the melanated space that's actually telling other people about government contracting. I can name them on my hand. Travis, Bank Ready, my sister Carwana. It's another sister who's doing it in the healthcare space, and we're getting ready to collaborate. So you can go get them big old Medicaid and Medicare contracts. Y'all get in transportation and go get a non-emergency old Sprinter van and transport people from their homes to like dialysis or go hire somebody to drive it. You don't even got to drive it. Excuse me. Thought I had a coffee again. You don't even got to drive it. You go pay you an EMT $17, $18, $20 an hour. Give them $20 an hour. Every movie screening, every concert, football game, basketball game, they all got to have a non-emergency EMT on set. And those are contracts. Always. You can get $4,000 for an all day just sitting there and just, hey, as long as nothing, horse track, horse racing, as long as there's no emergency, non-emergency, I'm just non-emergency. If there's an emergency, we're going to dial 911 and get somebody else, but I'm just non-emergency. I'm just here in case you need me, and I'm getting paid. There are postal contracts. There are healthcare, Medicaid contracts. I mean, you guys, it's too much. I've been here 3 hours. I'm only taking a handful in this group. I'm not taking 250 or 50 or all of those people you just saw in that group. Just a handful. And I got a couple of other spots we will be starting this week coming up if you want to get in. And like I said, It's education on me, implementation on you. Anybody and their mama can do it if you really want to do it. If you really want to change your financial forecast and change the trajectory of your whole entire life, this is the way. And you never even have to leave your home. I'm not going to say never have to leave your home, because you may have to go out to a work site to make sure that contractor is getting the job done. But I'm talking about you never have to leave your home to go break a sweat and to go do no physical labor. I'll only take 3 to 4 more and give you this deal or this opportunity. Like I said, all 250 of those that you saw in there paid $5,000. Period. Because I'm exposing you to contracts bigger than that. And my job is to help you win them. I'm going to allow 3 to 4 more people to get in for $997. And that's $1,000. That ain't even $1,000. That's $997. And if you are serious and an action taker, and you could break it up into 2, I will allow you to split the $997 just to get you in here and not delaying, but just to get you in here and us getting these contracts. I will do the honors of doing that for just 2 or 3 people. Okay. Like I said, it's $997. I normally charge $5,000. I'm not charging because I need the discount. I'm charging what I'm charging because God said charge. I cannot expose you to $1 million, and you cannot even invest in yourself $1,000. God's not going to give you $1 million if you don't know how to handle or invest $1,000. He's not giving you $10,000 if you don't know how to invest $1,000. That's not how this works. So he said you can make it for $997. And you can break it up into 2 payments. Anybody here on this line want to go, you got to be ready, and you got to be ready to go now. Pretty much so, to take advantage of that opportunity. You can always get in at a later time. Okay, we're in the first quarter. All their monies have just been recycled. Great time. We got all of these emergencies. Economic emergency, Governor Newsom with the fire emergency. He also declared a national emergency for the bird flu. We got a whole bunch of emergencies, okay? People work still in Florida will not be complete for 15 years. It will take years to rebuild North Carolina and Tennessee. This is legitimately, respectfully, it will. Unfortunately, it will. If you are one of the 2 or the 3 and you ready to go, put a 1 in the chat. I'm just going to keep it moving. Okay? The credit repair game. The reason why I tell y'all to come and get into the credit repair space is because you can literally make you $1 million in the credit repair space. Everybody needs it. You would never have to worry about selling something to somebody who don't need it. Everybody need it. You need it. I need it. I don't care if my score is 800. I want to maintain it 800. I don't want nothing to get up on there. And if it do, I want it to have the ability to have it removed immediately. All of these changes with credit is going to affect people. It's going to impact people. And y'all can remember this woman with a blue wig was sitting on Facebook Live shouting to her lungs, was like, that's enough. That we should have been doing these things while we had the time, because when it's too late, it's just too late. So I have a couple of opportunities in the credit repair space where you do it yourself. I don't do anybody's work. I'm a coach and a consultant in the business and finance space. I can't take on these other endeavors. but I do have systems that'll do this work for you with just a click of a button. So I have different opportunities, different levels of opportunities when it comes to credit. If you have eviction, student loans, if you have repossessions, late payments, or hard inquiries, I have a complete bundle of dispute templates already done and prepared for you according to consumer law. It's written as if an attorney written it for you. Literally, all you got to do is print it off, put your information, what item it is that you are disputing, put it in the mail, and wait for it to be deleted or removed. It takes 30 days for their investigation to be complete. Right now, they are being sued by the big dog of them all. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion is not the big dog. The CFPB is the big dog. And they are suing them for not verifying debt and just saying, yes, verified, and keeping that on people's credit reports. So they are under fire. Now is the best time to get anything and everything you need off of your credit report that is hurting you, to get it off, because they in trouble, because they were fraudulently deceiving people, saying that they were investigated and they were not, and that is against the law. They have to investigate anytime you do a dispute. So right now, this is the perfect time. I have that 5-in-1 bundle. Those are the 5 things that are mainly on people's credit reports. You can get that whole entire bundle for $97. Got to be ready now to take advantage of it. You can get the whole entire bundle for $97. Print it off. Those are the instructions. Print it off, fill it out, send it in the mail. Wait for your results. 4 steps. Print it off, put your name, address, what collection or what dispute you're doing. Put that mug in the mail and wait for them to send you back your investigation reports. Put a 2 in the chat if you want that, okay? I'm not even selling the templates by themselves anymore. You have to get them in my business in a box. So if you want that and you want to take advantage of, at least let me invest in getting my credit together. If that dollar dies, I can rely on this. If I don't want to do nothing else, I don't want to get wealth, I don't want to build anything, I just want to make sure that if this dollar die tomorrow, if this dollar die next week, I got something to leverage. And credit is digital. Digital is the new domination. It's not the old way of doing things. Put a 2 in the chat, okay? You want that. If you like to get your credit swept, okay, through the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We deal right with them. Been involved in data breaches. They didn't expose my information to people I don't know. I have inaccuracies on my credit report. Y'all are trafficking my information through data trafficking. If I go apply over here, I got 10 other people sending me denial letters. You're trafficking my data. Every time I go and approve your cookies, you are storing and collecting and trafficking my data. This is against the consumer law, my consumer law. I have the whole entire suite that will sweep you clean. 14 days maximum. It says 7 days. Some people have gotten their results back in 11 days. Some people has gotten their result back in 1 day. I just showed y'all a brother had his swept in 1 day. So I just give you the benefit of the doubt and say 14 days. If it happens in 7 days, you'll be extremely happy. And I say 14 days. If it happens in 14 days and I tell you 7 days, you'll be extremely disappointed. So 14 days, you can have your whole entire negative, derogatory, all of that stuff removed so you can go get some financial funding. Not only with the sweep, I will include the $200,000 funding play. Once you sweep your credit clean, you need to go to these three banks. They'll give you $50,000 apiece. You can hit three of them up on Monday. They only pull from Equifax. Your profile is already looking sweet because we swept it clean and got it banked and fundable ready. Go to this bank on Tuesday. Ask for multiple products. That's called credit stacking. Get a $15,000 line of credit. Get a $50,000 credit card. And then get a signature loan of $12,000 to $15,000. You walk out that bank with $80,000. Wednesday, you go to this bank or these three banks that only use TransUnion. In 1 week, you can have $450,000. This is the 200K funding play and the credit sweep I will give to you here on tonight for $197. Just do it yourself, step by step. Everything you need to do it is right there. Everything, $197. Put a 3 in the chat if you want that. Number 4, I'm no longer selling the business in the box. I actually have a community where you're going to get opportunity to get access to the whole business in the box. Funding, business credit, all the dispute templates, check systems. If you in there, get out of there. Loans, how to release yourself from a cosigner, the whole 9 yards. You get access to the whole entire box. But the reason why I am no longer selling the business in the box and just giving you access to the community is because I'm going to be teaching in this community how to sue the credit bureau for violating your consumer law. Not only will I be teaching you how to sue them, I'm going to be teaching you how to go get funding with your newfound beautiful credit score. I'm going to tell you the latest funding hacks, where to go get funding from, right? As I get the information from my mentors that you don't have access to, I'm going to give it to you. There is already 11 hacks to get your credit literally like you've never had no credit. Perfect. But that's not the goal. The goal is to clean your credit, to go leverage their money to make you money. Go get their money so you can go buy you a house. Go get their money so you can go buy you land. Go get their money so you can go buy you a golf course. Go buy you some real estate. Go buy you a 20 apartment complex door. Use their money. And in this group, I'm going to show you how to become your own funding company, your online money broker. I'm charging $9.97 for that, but I will give you guys the opportunity like I gave a couple of other the opportunity. But action takers are money makers. And instead of you paying me $4.97 for the business in a box, go off and do it by yourself. You're going to pay $4.97 one time for now. That's the discount. It is $9.97 because now I'm going to show you how to leverage funding opportunities to offer funding for small businesses. How to pay yourself $10,000 per client to go get them funding. How to build business credit so you can help build it for others. If that's something you wanted to do behind the screen, sitting behind the screen, and you never ever have to leave the comfort of your own home. You can live a laptop lifestyle, making money without ever showing your face, going out there chasing people down. All small businesses need money. That's what we all have in common. We need to make money. So instead of you paying $9.97, you can pay $4.97. I'll only allow a couple of people to do that. 1 or 2 people, whether you hear or whether you catch the replay. These are all opportunities that God said, offer my people to get them what they need in haste. If they invest it, I'll increase it. If they build it, I will bless it. It's the only reason I'm sharing. Last but never least, and I have just really been sitting on this one. I've shared it once or twice. But God is calling us to build communities. And He's given us strategies from heaven to do so. Given us revelation and wisdom to do what some of the wisest, most wealthiest men and women in biblical days and current have done and are doing to make sure that God's people are preserved. We're not only going to learn biblical principles of wealth, we're going to implement those. This is where you're going to be able to learn how to go and buy you not just some land bank homes, but buy you some homesteads, buy you some acres for the very low, and to use your business credit to do so, or your personal credit if you got it together and you want to do that. You can own land right now with no money down. You just don't know how, but I do. Lots of land right here in Texas. You gonna buy land anywhere? Right here. Birmingham, Arkansas, Missouri. There's places where you can buy a house for $1,000. I'm gonna show you those places. I'm gonna show you how to buy property and turn around and sell them for the price that they are valued at. If I buy it for $1,000, it's valued at $39,000. I'm $38,000 in the plus. I can sell this in 2 days, have the money wired into my account. I'm going to show you guys these. We're going to definitely implement the Joseph strategy, Solomon's strategy, so that God can get to us what He needs to get to us in haste. This one ain't for everybody, but it is for the kingdom builders. If you know you are a kingdom builder, and God is relying on you to be His hands and His feet to preserve His people, then this is the place you want to be. This is the place where God is going to lead us into great rivers of wealth, literally, multiple upon multiple upon multiple streams of income. Not for us, for His glory and for His kingdom. I'm going to give you access to builders, to bankers, to architects, to build and approve and fund whatever it is that you want built, whatever it is that you want to do. Now you have access to the people. You're going to learn how to fly for free. You're going to learn how to, and not only learn how to, but have the actual connection to those who will give you life insurance policies that make money for you. Put your children on them, and now you become a whole banker in your family. A banker. Now you know the way how to lend your money to everybody in your family. Sure will. Got 50,000 cut? Yep, I sure do. In exchange, that you go ahead and get $1 million life insurance policy so that the money will stay in circulation. You can borrow anything that you want. Whole family got $1 million insurance policy. $5 million you can borrow off of that. Start lending money if you want to. Start buying commercial or single family real estate, whatever it is that you need to do. You can do that, okay? So I'm going to get ready to go. This is number 5. Put a 5 in the chat. Let's do kingdom. This is a 12-month mentorship. 12 months of learning how to put together events, 7-figure events, how to grow and scale a 7-figure community using AI tools and resources. So much in there. How to build a community inside of your community, how to structure it, how to use the government contracts to fund it. This is the program of all programs because this is God's program. My businesses, all of that stuff, don't even compare. This is what God wants for the people who are inside of this program. I can show you countless of testimonies. I stopped doing it really in disobedience. Because every time I did these, I don't even want to speak it, something dumb transpired. Something devastating transpired. And so I put it down, but God was heavily on me, and I've been building it in the back. Because this is something that God wants for his people. And like I said, this ain't for everybody. But it definitely is for the somebodies that hear God's voice. We cannot delay on this. Fine if you don't want everything else. But we all should want God's will for our life. He's trying to save your family. And he's going to use you to do so. So I will take a couple of more people, like 2. Had one taken and only have 1 left. I'm not holding any spots for anybody that's doing any of the above, but I will take 2 more of you, okay? I've came by here and offered you guys literally a hand up. I'm not offering no handouts. You're going to pay one way or the other with your time, with your money, or with your life. May not be you paying me, but you're going to pay somebody. You're going to pay them. You're going to pay somebody. You really should put yourself as top priority and say, I spend money all the time. I have nothing to show for it except some extra weight, a nice outfit, a ticket stub, whatever it is. But I have nothing tangible to show for it. And if you think about how much money you have touched this year, 2024, it's 2025 just getting started, 2024, then you will very much so be able to calculate and determine, I actually can afford exactly what I need. If I had you log into your online banking and looked at your history, your spending habits for a year, how much money came into your account for the year, you'd be behooved. You'd be amazed. Okay? I'm going to let a couple more people into the Let's Do Kingdom. I don't want everybody up here anyway, but I want to be obedient. For $1,000. I told y'all I'm charging $5,000. I let a couple people in at $1,000. Freely you give, freely you have been given, freely you give is not me giving you revelation and information. It's not that. If he gave me the gifts of laying on of hands, I can't sell you that. If he gave me the gifts of prophecy, I can't sell no prophecy. If he gave me the gift of miracles, I can't sell you no miracle. But my time, my expertise, my wisdom, my labor, my information, the fast track, because that's my job, is to fast track you from A to Z. I done already went there. I know exactly what to do and how to get you there fast. Okay. That is what I'm charging for. And if you want to get exposed to this type of wealth or riches, money, whatever you want to call it, you definitely going to have to come willing and ready to invest in yourself. Interested in that, put a 5 in the chat. I'll tell y'all like this. The information is on the screen in order for you to take advantage of any opportunity I just shared. Have to be ready. You can always get these opportunities, I must say this, at a later time for full price. I don't have a problem with it. Whether you're ready now or you're ready later. We don't know if the economic crash is going to happen in 2 months, in 1 month, but God does. And that's why he's bidding us. That's why he's calling us to take action now. That's why. Because he knows what we don't. That's just how much we know. People who knew it was going to be a fire in California would have prepared accordingly. They didn't even get no call. The fire was already at their wall. They didn't get to take nothing out of their house but their bodies. They got away with their lives. That's how fast things can change. We should never get comfortable, especially comfortable in what we've gone through, what we've been through, going through, dealing with at this very moment. This government don't give a crap about us, but I'm going to let y'all go with that, okay? I have something for a little bit of something for everybody here, from $97 all the way up to $9.97. I have offered you all that I'm going to offer you. I'm not a salesman. I'm not here to sell you anything but some hope. You can go with me or you can do it by yourself or don't go at all. It really is not my concern. My concern is that I put the information out there. If you want to go and you want somebody to go with you that's going to ride in your corner, teach you everything you need to know, make sure you get there, then I am the woman for the job. So this is my final call before I go and let you beautiful people go as well. Anybody want to take me up on any of them opportunities? And trust me, it's not as many as y'all over here to just be listening to somebody who's offering an offering and you're not interested. That would be foolish and ignorant of you. It would be foolish and ignorant of you to keep on showing back up to a woman's live where you already know there's going to be a call to action and you ain't ready to take action. That's wasting your time. You could be over doing something productive, doing what God purposed you to do. What's going on, Brother Clifford? That Canva Live last night was super dope. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. How to make, I didn't even mention that one. How to make 15K. We're going to be holding a workshop, but I'm glad you said that because I'll be forgetting. But I think I've offered enough, so I'm going to just leave that out. If they missed it last night, that's where I'm at. I love y'all. Okay? That's why I show up. Please don't say that I didn't come by here to help y'all. I did. And I know more so than ever that my time is completely up with this assignment. I really do know that. If I don't know nothing else, I know that my time, you have to find you somebody else. I am in building mode and I will not come off this wall until we are done. That's just where it's at. let Trump and whoever else take care of people, but I'm going to let God take care of us. And I'm going to always walk with him, and I'm always obey him, no matter how bad it hurts or what I got to sacrifice. He knows all, he sees all. And with that being said, it has been a pleasure to serve y'all. It has been. I wish y'all nothing but the best. I pray for y'all all the time, and those who pray with me know. I don't just pray for myself, I pray for y'all all the time. But up until this point, if I haven't been able to help you, then I can't help you. What I will not do is waste any more of my time even sending a clarion call to help you. You have to figure it out yourself. But just know that I love you, and God loved you enough to send me to you all of the times that he has sent me to you. Now it's just time to get busy and do what I have shown y'all. You have said in my private spaces, you know I'm fully loaded, period, point blank. You know that I give over and above, but enough is enough. It is time to build. It is not time to delay. We are in danger. And with that being said, I love y'all. Over and out.